Zohran Mamdani is everything the Democrat Party needs right now, and at the same time, he's everything the leadership works so hard to crush. And in a few hours, we'll know whether or not Zohran won mayor of New York. He's a young, progressive, principled leader who's bringing in an economic platform to tackle the cost of living catastrophe that affects all Americans and especially New Yorkers. But most importantly, he's not bought and paid for like the rest of these politicians. In fact, he's supported by the very people he's running for. He's got tens of thousands of volunteers who've knocked, I think, over 1 million doors in New York City, which is super impressive. I don't think it's ever been done before. At the beginning of this race, Zohran was a relatively unknown assembly member from New York, but through an incredible people-driven campaign in which Zohran did things no other politician would do to reach out to voters, he officially passed Andrew Cuomo in the polls last night, and it's looking like he could win tonight. So how is he what the party needs right now? If you haven't been paying attention, the Democrats are incredibly weak, weaker than they've been in decades with record low approval ratings, and they also lost the election in an embarrassing manner, choosing genocide over a victory on Trump. And since Trump's taken office, we've seen how the Democrats have lied down and allowed Trump to do whatever he wants, not acting as the opposition party they claim and are meant and hopefully should be. Now, I want you to give me the name of one Democrat leader, Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, Kamala Harris even, and tell me, what is one thing that person stands for? I couldn't tell you. I think that you'll also find a hard time giving me a good answer as well, and that's because Americans feel like Democrats don't stand for anything. They've watched how the Democrats chose to lose the election. They watched how they said, we need to oppose Trump, and now are doing nothing, laying down and letting him steamroll over them. And now that more and more Americans are waking up to the fact that our lobbying system has allowed most of our politicians to be bought and paid for by special interests, this is one of the biggest problems the party is facing. And on top of that, Democrats have watched, the people have watched as the party leadership has pushed out progressive candidates who actually bring, an economic platform to address the cost of living or something to the table other than the status quo. If you're talking to a principled person on the left and ask them about Bernie Sanders, they're going to look at you in anguish. They know that the Democrat Party has pushed out people who will bring actual change and progress to the people of this country. What we've seen over the past decade plus is the party leadership within the Democrats push their own candidates to the top, especially in the federal election, over what the people want. And that stayed true in 2024, where we didn't even have a real Democratic primary. Kamala Harris won that primary, let's be real. And Zohran Mamdani is a young progressive with a popular economic platform that anyone who knows anything about him can look at him and says he stands for this. He's a principled leader. He's not bought and paid for. He is everything the party needs, and at the same time, everything they fight so hard to crush. And we're seeing this now with Zohran. Many of the Democrat Party leaders, many liberal media outlets like New York Times have come out and endorsed Andrew Cuomo, who has the same donors as MAGA. Look at Andrew Cuomo, and he has all the problems that has caused this shattering politically of the party. He stands for nothing. He's corrupt and bought and paid for. He's old. So what happens if he doesn't win? Well, it will be a sad day, as Zohran has emerged as a beacon of hope for many Americans on the left over the past couple months. Hope that the Democratic Party is going to make a change and save themselves. And if he loses, unfortunately, it will show many people that progressives can't make it in the Democrat Party anymore. Even in the most dire of times where we are living under a regime, under fascism, and with a party who lays down and lets it roll right over them at the expense of us Americans. By the time you see this video, the polls have probably come out with the results, so might as well go Google that. Thank you, and please go to my bio and follow my Substack.